following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
On Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
Wake up, America! It's time for the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY.com, West Palm Beach's #1 internet radio station. Here's your host, the Pipeman.
Yo, I made it. You're going to find out why I made it, because I really shouldn't be here doing the show, but it's the Adventures of Pipeman, so we can't not do the show. And so here we are on W4CY Radio, W4CY.com. I actually just got out a little while ago of a surgical procedure, and I am doing this show. And there are some things I will have to do on this show under doctor's orders. So it may look weird, but I'm doing it live on the show. Speaking of weird, let's bring on our pipe nuts. We got the swamp nut from Louisiana. She's definitely weird, and look at what she's wearing. It only proves my point. And then we have Studio Nut here in our Wellington studio, who just looks like he's proud not to be rebel.
Every day, sir. Every single day.
Rebel, who are you proud that you don't look like? Who are you proud that you don't look like? Or that you're not that person. Or that you're not that person.
Oh, we have Grogu in the show.
I should have. Okay, so it's Travel Tuesday. So are you going to travel to another galaxy? Is that what your plan is?
She's on the first one-way ticket to Mars.
No, it's.
I'm wearing a Fort Walton T-shirt because of when I traveled to Fort Walton. Trivia question: which one of you knows where Fort Walton is?
Well, congratulations.
Do you know, Swamp Nut? Do you know where Fort Walton Beach is, Swamp Nut? Because I think you have to drive through there from Louisiana to get to Orlando. So how do you not know? Do you know, Juan?
I don't know.
I do.
See, he just Googled it. That's why he knows. Where is it?
I know everything.
Where is it?
It's a city in Florida.
Where in Florida?
In Fort Walton Beach.
Yeah, and where's Fort Walton Beach?
Near Okaloosa Island.
Oh my God, are you just reading AI shit? Is that what you're doing? It's up near, yes.
It's all up here. I got this connection to Starlink.
It's in the panhandle near where my youngest daughter lives. She's lucky. This time I was on the phone with her before my show and told her I have to get off to do my show instead of her calling during my show. I figured I'd head it off at the pass. So I had to travel this morning to the surgical center on Burns Road. That was my Travel Tuesday, because I'm trying to do this neck bullshit thing. Okay, so, I mean, this is the third time. Okay, so I had 2 shots in my neck over the past few months that for a normal person would have taken them out of pain. But listen, I have a high tolerance to pain, so I didn't even really notice I had pain my whole life till just this year. I mean, no, I have had it, but I didn't really care. It's like, oh well. But okay, so those 2 shots didn't work. It is a procedure that where like they give you anesthesia, you're face down, you don't know whether you're gonna get like this painful shot in the neck or, you know, a prostate exam. One of the two. Rebel, which would you prefer?
Well, considering women don't get prostate exams, I don't want either.
I mean, they could. They just don't ask for it, you know?
Most of the time,
have
say
you
no,
ever
thank you.
given a prostate exam?
No.
Okay.
Well, I'm not a doctor.
I don't believe
it.
Just for
I'm
your
not a doctor. Why would
just
I do
for your
that?
pleasure. That's why. I don't know. You
Why
think-
would it give me any kind of pleasure?
I don't know. Why is anything given? Why are there women that want to do pegging? Okay. Why does that give them pleasure? Because then you're in control.
Or just
Like-
do it out of curiosity.
Well, listen, because your man, if you give him a prostate exam, once you're there, you can get your man to do whatever you want because, like, he just wants you to get
While
out of
you're
there.
there,
Well, yeah, because he just wants you to get out of there. So, like, he'll say yes to anything because if you're holding him like a six pack by his prostate, it doesn't feel good.
And listen, if he likes it, then maybe that's not the man for you.
Exactly. Okay. Exactly. Okay. If he likes that, guess what? He probably likes your pool boy too. Just saying.
You probably have similar crush.
So when you're out to a restaurant with your man and you're like, oh, look at that guy, isn't he hot? If your husband says yes, might not be the right person for you. Just saying. There's my relationship advice for you on Travel Tuesday. I don't know why I'm giving relationship advice on Travel Tuesday, but I am. Okay. But back to my neck, because it's a fucking pain in the neck, this shit. Okay.
clearly.
No pun intended.
Exactly. I think that's why I think that's what I posted today. Okay. If you pull up my Facebook, I said something about I'm going to get a pain in the neck for my pain in my neck or some shit like that. But so seriously, and the nurses love me. This third time I've been to the same surgical center and they love me because I am total pipe man when I'm in a medical facility.
You mean
know?
you flirt with the nurses?
I do that for sure. Yes. Paige, I'm giving her a shout out because I've flirted with her every time I've been there. And just because I crack them up because they deal with all these miserable people all day and people that are not nice. Like I told them, and I this is very true. One of my daughters, who I will not name, that used to work at the station, but I won't say that either. So she is the absolute antithesis of me. She's the worst patient ever. I'm like the best patient ever. I'm cracking jokes while they're inflicting pain on me. And I'm not even flinching. Okay. So those 2 shots, they didn't work. Okay. I still have the neck pain with the no range of motion thing. And so we did today a diagnostic needle. So basically what they did is they put needles in to give like you would get when you're going to a dentist to give an anesthetic like Novocaine. Okay. And he wants, okay. So the last 2 times I got a shot, like no, you can't do anything for 72 hours, no physical activity. I'm like, can I go on my 3-minute walk? He's like, no. He goes, you can walk from the kitchen to the sofa. You can walk to get places. But if you're walking for exercise, no. Because they need the medicine to settle in to actually work. But this time, okay, so I did not calculate properly, by the way. I did not calculate properly because this time I knew he was going to want me to be physically active. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to go out with my surfboard right after the procedure. I'm going to go on my paddle board. But the other thing that I had last time and I have this time is I cannot submerge in water for 72 hours. So Rebel, if you are in Florida and you are trying to drown me, you can't do it for another 72 hours, okay? No drowning of the Pipeman for 72
Darn.
hours. So
doctor's orders.
Exactly. But
So
this
that
time,
eliminates any kind of
okay,
sports.
well, yeah, no water sports, sexual sports, that's fine as long as I don't get wet. And I'm not submerged.
That's what he said.
I'm not submerged anywhere. Like Definitely no ass kissing. No, you can't have your ass submerged in somebody's butt. Okay. And so anyway, yeah. So I'm going to do stupid shit. Like I'm going to headbang on the show like that. And do that because he wants me for the next 4 hours to be physically active. So I came back. I went and rode my bike before the show. And now I'm on the show and I'm going to do headbanging and stuff like that because what they did is they put that thing like it's Novocaine. And if I don't feel the pain, then he knows the nerve spots to go after. And if I do feel the pain, we got to go to plan B. So far, I feel the pain. Okay, so not
So
good.
is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's not good that I feel the pain. Okay, because right now, if I didn't feel the pain right now, then we would go to the next step. Why this is diagnostic. And the next step does sound kind of scary, actually. It's where they burn your nerves.
It's not as scary as you think. And for most people, it definitely helps and eliminates the problem.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing right now is he obviously didn't hit the right nerves because I still have the pain. So next time, if we have to go to plan B, he has to dig deeper. That means it's deeper in my spine somewhere. So he's going to have to check there. So I
you should see the needle that they stick through you. It wiggles. It's not like a needle. It's not like a hard needle.
I don't want to see it. I was glad I was face down, man, all 3 times because I did not see that. I don't even really like needles, to be honest. I make a terrible drug addict. I would not travel to Portugal to do heroin. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to throw that in because it's Travel Tuesday. But go ahead. What do you say, Rebel? Say it again.
It's like a wiggly noodle. It's not like it's a noodle that's been cooked, not a noodle that's not.
Are we talking
cooked.
about my procedure or your sexual escapades with the KKK? I'm not sure.
It sounds
We
like
are talking
the latter,
about
yeah.
the procedure where they fish a wiggly needle through your body to get to the nerve to burn it.
Yeah. Well, we're not burning yet because I got pain. I was hoping for no pain, but I'm going to keep through it. I'm going to headbang through the whole show. And then after the show, I'm going to go down to the gym. And I'm gonna inflict as much pain on my neck as I can today to see if there's no pain. So far, it's not working. Just saying.
Look to the right, all the way as far as you can. Look to the left.
See how I move my body?
Don't move your body. You can't move your body. You got to move your neck as far as you can, all the way. Then as far as you can, all the way, and then go back.
Yeah, I know.
It's
definitely not fun. It shouldn't be hurting right now to do that, by the way. If what they gave me worked. So, I think they just sometimes do these things so they can multiply the bill, because like.
They don't watch the show, right?
If they do, they do. Oh, well, I'd say this jokingly to them too. I think I said something about they were wheeling me towards there was this private room. I'm like, I'm not going to that private room. Like, I watch what goes on in those private rooms. Do not take me in. Like, stuff like that I do to the nurses. I was cracking their shit up, okay?
Not a happy ending room?
Not a who, a what?
Not a happy ending room? Not a Groupon?
No. I think it was the torture room.
Not unless they have a Groupon.
That's right. So, so that's my deal. So I'm going to be doing a lot of Tourette shit, during the show. And, maybe I shouldn't have said that because that's offensive. I'm sorry. I apologize for anybody that does have that condition. I didn't mean you any harm. I was just trying to join you in it. That's all. Okay. So anyway, travel, first of all, Rebel. Here's what I want to know. What? Have you cried over spilt milk today?
I have not cried over spilled milk because it's National Don't Cry Over Spilled Milk Day.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that happen these days.
What happens if you do cry over spilt milk on Don't Cry Over Spilt Milk Day?
It's soggy eyes.
Now, today is one of my favorite days of the whole year. Do you know why, Rebel?
National Peppermint Patty Day?
No, I actually do not like peppermint patties. Like I don't
National White Shirt Day?
I also don't like those Girl Scout cookies, the Thin Mints either. I'm the Antichrist. Okay, go ahead. What your guesses are
National
all wrong.
White Shirt Day?
No, but and I do have white in my shirt, so I'm safe. Go ahead. What else?
How about
You're terrible at this.
Satisfied Staying Single Day?
Bing, 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 bing. Yep. I love Satisfied Staying Single Day because you know what? Most people are not. They jump into relationships because they can't stand to be alone. Me, I jump out of relationships because I like being alone. Listen,
Well, why don't you get out your guitar today and play a little something?
Little something, something. Is it National Play Your Guitar Day?
It's Get Out Your Guitar Day.
Wow. Okay, so should I go get it for the show? It is in the other room.
Yeah, it says National Guitar Day and Get Out Your Guitar Day.
Oh, look at that. Do you know what else today is?
National Make a Friend Day.
That's one I like.
Yeah.
Is that today or is that tomorrow?
Today.
I like that one too. Okay.
So you got to make a friend today, so next year, a couple of days back, you can take a shower with a friend.
No. The reason I like today is similar reason to Staying Single Day is because I don't have any friends. So at least I have that one day of the year where I actually attempt to make one. Do you know what else today is?
Yes.
That's not on your list.
Travel Tuesday?
Probably no, but hey.
That's he's trying to get a raise. I know what he's trying to do. Okay, so
hey, but
listen.
if you can't make a friend, make sure you don't turn into National Shut-In Visitation Day.
Well, speaking of Shut-In Visitation Day, today is also 35 years ago today. Speaking of traveling, if you're planning on traveling to Africa, you should know that today, 35 years ago today, Nelson Mandela was freed from prison. Now, here we're going to talk about generations here. Studio Nut, who is Nelson Mandela without Googling?
Wasn't he a blues singer?
Oh, God.
Must have been before my time.
These are the people voting for our presidents, by the way. Just saying.
He's the reason we have the Mandela effect.
Oh, my God.
Is that why I can't remember things straight?
Here's what I want to know. Rebel. Because this will be totally bad for you, Studio Nut. Okay?
Okay.
Rebel, with your Louisiana education, can you please tell Studio Nut who Nelson Mandela is and why it's so important what I just said?
I just told you. That's about all I know about the Mandela effect. Everybody remembers something that didn't actually happen.
Nelson Mandela, in a political coup, was put in prison. I think it was for like 30 years. And he was freed from prison to end up being one of the most influential people in the world, next to somebody like Mother Teresa.
He caused an effect.
So I'm really surprised there hasn't been a reference that Trump feels he's the modern day Nelson Mandela.
Oh, God.
Because he was supposed to be going to jail. Now he's president of the United States.
I wonder if everybody's going to remember that differently back in, future.
Everything is
I think Joe Biden would. He remembers things that never happened.
Well, Joe Biden is not even going to remember that he was president. And frankly,
maybe he wasn't.
I don't want to remember it either. I don't like any of them. Okay, I'm not on any side. I don't like any of them. Listen, bring back Donald Duck for president. That's who I want as president.
He never gets enough votes. Mickey always gets more.
Okay, so that's enough of that bullshit. Okay, let's talk more travel. Okay, Guess what?
What?
Okay, you just won the Super Bowl. What they always say is, what are you going to do? I'm going to Disney World. I said this when I was getting needles stuck in me. If I just won the Super Bowl, I wouldn't pick Disney World. Like you could go anywhere. Yeah, you could go anywhere. You could go. I mean, you go to Disney World anytime. You could go anywhere. Why would you only pick there every Super Bowl for the last forever?
Because they pay him to do so?
Well, duh. Okay. But here's what I would do. Okay. Do you want me to tell you what I would do? Or do you want to tell me first? And you go second.
You first.
Okay. If I just won the Super Bowl, you have to ask me, Rebel.
What would you do if you just won the Super Bowl? Where would you want to go?
No. You got to ask me like they do. Okay. You got to be like, you just won the Super Bowl.
You just won the Super Bowl. Where do you want to go?
I want to go on a SpaceX aircraft and go.
You've just won the Super Bowl. Where would you go?
Yeah, there you go. I would go in a SpaceX spaceship up out of Earth to another planet to get away from all the douchebags that were at the Super Bowl. Just saying. That's my answer. Okay, Studio Nut. Studio Nut. You just won the Super Bowl. Where are you going?
Congratulations.
I would say I'm going home. Take a nap. You know how tiring that would be?
I know, right? You just worked that hard for all that time, man, and you've had no time off. That was a brilliant answer. That's better than Disney, okay? Okay, we already know where Rebel's going to go, but let's just play along anyway. Rebel Medler, you have just won the Super Bowl. Where are you going next? Are you going to answer, Rebel? Where? Kentucky. The fuck you going to Kentucky for?
The state? Hold on, the state or the restaurant?
Fried corn.
You going Kentucky Fried Chicken?
She said fried corn.
Wait a minute. That's very offensive to the chickens. You can't call it Kentucky Fried Chicken anymore. It's KFC. That way, when they use cat, it's still the right name. Kentucky, because the cost of chickens are so expensive nowadays that it's now Kentucky Fried Cat.
So I heard they pulled an egg heist just last week. They stole over $40,000 worth of eggs.
I heard about that, and I was in Trader Joe's last night, and this is funny. First of all, there's a sign there that you can only buy 1 dozen eggs. Like that's your limit for all the empty shelves.
For the people that, okay, here's my question though, because I've seen a lot of videos of people at Costco with like the flatbed carts full of eggs, like a pallet worth of eggs. What are you going to do when they expire? Like they go bad eventually, like they don't last forever. You're buying a year's worth of eggs.
It's the point of it, Juan.
Why?
It's the point of they have to have all the eggs. That's really what the world has come to, is that people just got to make sure they have all their own eggs.
It's kind of like when a hurricane comes and everyone wants like the gas
and the water
or the toilet paper.
Yeah, the toilet paper I never freaking get. Like if you need, why wouldn't I would almost understand paper towels. No, what if you need to, for shit flooding, the toilet paper is not going to do anything, but I don't get it. Why do you need so much toilet paper?
The thing is, like, remember in like 2020 when everything happened, that was the first thing that went, the toilet paper.
Yeah, totally. And, listen, I can't find any recycled toilet paper, so I recycle my own. So I don't really need that much toilet paper.
No one's gonna ask how you recycle the paper.
I just use it more than once.
No.
It's called a microfiber cloth. You wash it and reuse.
No, I just use the regular toilet paper. I put it up on the counter when I'm done and use it the next time.
I mean, it hardens over time, so yeah, I guess that could work.
When it hardens, I use it to give myself a facial.
Yeah, it's an abrasive, right? Like that.
Yeah,
that would work.
It's
like an exfoliant. Yeah, I agree.
Totally. What's the matter, Rebel?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening, please do not do any of these things. That's beyond
Speaking of travel, speaking of travel, I can guarantee you there is a place in the world that you have to recycle the toilet paper that you use. I guarantee it. Because listen, in Costa Rica, you can't even use toilet paper. Oh, no, you can't flush the toilet paper. So that's one of the things I don't like about Costa Rica, to be honest, because you have this like little garbage can next to you for the toilet paper. So you wipe your ass, you get all the brown stuff all over that toilet paper, and then you drop it into this bucket garbage can. And that's how you recycle.
You turn it into mud mask.
That's right. Actually, I use it for wax for the surfboard. It's kind of like, when you put it on your board, it's kind of comfortable to stand on, to be honest.
Sounds a little shitty, but okay.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't. I just can't with you.
Okay.
Mess with your head or something. It was supposed to not be your brain.
It's a guy
I
thing.
was like this before any shots, trust me.
I think it's a guy thing.
It is a guy thing.
Wow. No.
Listen.
No.
I have a question for you, Rebel. If you were in Costa Rica, what would you do?
That's just beyond no.
Hey, what's on? Is it her internet or
Probably
mine
nobody.
that she
Hers.
keeps freezing up? Okay, good. It's not me this time. What's wrong with her internet? Actually, it's nice and blurry.
She's
It makes her look
she's
so much
broadcasting
better.
from Mars.
Yeah, it's all blurry, so it makes her look a lot better. It's great. Okay, good. So, yeah, all right. So let's talk about what's going
If I was
on.
in Costa Rica, what would I do with the what?
The toilet paper to wipe your ass.
Okay, so what?
You can't flush it. Would you eat it?
Well, then you have to follow the rules. You have to put it in the bucket.
Well, yeah. You just the rule is you just can't put it in the toilet. If you want to put it in your mouth, that's up to you. Here's what I have to ask too. Okay,
Wait, do they have bidets in Costa Rica?
not any of the places I was at. Not in the jungle. We have a comment from some joker. She couldn't be on the show today, but she's going to stalk the show. That makes sense.
Yep.
She's enjoying.
All right.
She
She
doesn't
wasn't on the
have to
show
do it.
today. We can't give her any talk, any good talk, because she blew off the show today. So
How dare she?
I know it's terrible. I gotta tell you though,
She knew what you were going to talk about.
I rethought things though. Okay, no, she didn't. I rethought and thought things though, and from now on, when I go to Costa Rica, I'm bringing a woman with me. You know why?
Her only job will be to wipe your ass.
There you go. Then I don't have to worry about then I don't have to worry about where the toilet paper goes.
Yeah, you get more phone time.
That's going to be the new Groupon. That's going to be the new Groupon. And if you go for the upgraded Groupon, you get to check
God.
my shoes for scorpions too.
20% off. Coupon code Brown Sludge.
Wow.
What do you think, Rebel? Okay, so let's seriously talk about traveling now. Let's seriously talk about traveling, okay? But I have to headbang first a little bit for if doctor's orders. Like it's been a few minutes since I've headbanged. Okay, so it still hurts, by the way, just saying. Okay, so I do have a packed weekend of South Florida media coverage to do. Okay, so on the 14th, Friday night, Valentine's Day. By the way, bet you didn't know that my anniversary with Thing One was on Valentine's Day. She's probably going to text me to wish me happy anniversary. I told her last time, I'm like, why don't you wish me happy anniversary on the anniversary of our divorce? Because that's been a lot longer. That's the what date I remember.
Yeah, that's the one you've celebrated the most.
Exactly. Okay. But seriously,
is that Thing One or Thing Two?
Okay. No, that's Thing One. I said Thing One. Pay attention, man. And
I didn't hear you.
Well, get the toilet paper out of your ear. Okay. So anyway, I have something to admit on here, and I hope none of my future or current people that I am flirting with hear this part of the show. Okay, so it's weird.
So y'all turn off right now.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you're on TikTok. If you are one of those people, keep scrolling. And I love when people do that on TikTok. It's always women that do that. Blah, 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 blah. If you're not this, keep scrolling. For those of you that are still here, great. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, but here's something. I've always been known for my creative proposals. So when I proposed to Thing One, I just lost $900 at the poker table on a ship, the Sea Escape out of Fort Lauderdale. And then it was raining out on the top deck of the ship. So I was like, fuck it. And I got on the knee and proposed. And that's what's ruined my whole life ever since. That was back in 1991. And so,
I wasn't even born yet.
See, I even ruined your life one. And so then, dummy me, hopeless romantic that I am, I picked Valentine's Day to be when we get married, not thinking about, well, what if I'm divorced twice? That would suck for everybody else. Okay, but it is what it is. I wonder if my next wife will mind if Thing One texts me happy anniversary on Valentine's Day. I mean, it bothers me, but I'm wondering if it would bother her too. I don't know. What do you think, Rebel?
Just ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. It might
I might
even
just invite her to do it just for fun. Like I do kind of have a sick sense of humor that way, okay? So I might just do it just for fuck of it, like you never know. Okay, so second proposal was out in the Everglades because I told her, I'm like, I brought you out here so you can't say no.
Or no one can hear you scream.
Yeah, like I told her, like, if you say no, I'm feeding you to the alligators, okay? And there were a lot where I brought her to, so she really didn't have a choice. But I have actually said what my...
It's always been a choice.
If I propose for a third time, I've always said I already know what I want the proposal to be like and what I want and it does have to do with Travel Tuesday, by the way, and what the marriage would be like. Okay? Do you guys want to know what it is?
You got this all planned out already?
In my head, yeah. Will it work out that way? Will it work out that way? I'm sure not, but, What'll probably happen is she'll trick me into drinking some tequila, roofie me, and then I'll ask her to marry me. And the next morning I'll wake up with toilet paper up my butthole in some foreign country. That's really what will probably happen. Okay. But here's what I'd like to happen.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
I mean, up your butthole is better than down the toilet in another country. So,
well, that's my point. Okay. And so, and it's recycling. It's good for the planet.
Oh, God.
And so, would you like to know if there's a third, what the proposal would be and where the wedding would be?
Yeah.
People can't hear you shaking your head.
Fifth yet, too?
No. Third one's the last. Third one's the last one, because if the third one doesn't work out, I'm just fucking killing myself, because it's already the end of my life anyway at that point. So why bother?
No, that is not an option. Please, people, don't ever.
I'm not going to really do that.
If ever you need
YouTube,
to.
that was a joke. I'm not really going to do that. Like, if I haven't done it by now.
That's why I'm scrolling the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline 988. If you are feeling down, you can call them.
988.
But yeah, if you fail three times and you strike out three times, like, that could send you into a little spiral, I think. That might be why I haven't even wanted to date anybody since 2007. Or it could be that they all just annoy me. I think that's more the case. My eyes are more wide open now to how much they annoy me. That's what it is. Okay, so are you ready?
And it's not just because of shot in your neck. Got it.
Exactly. Okay, so do you want to know, Rebel?
I do.
Okay, Juan?
Is it at the top of Mount Everest?
I said I do.
No, but that you're doing good. Okay, here's what it is. Okay, so this one I thought I was going to have to travel for. I might not. I have till Friday to figure it out. Okay, but I had thought about for years now. The next woman I proposed to, like the first one, if she said no, I could throw her off the ship. The second one, if she said no, I could throw her in the Everglades. This one, I would propose in a hot air balloon. But I was thinking somewhere exotic, like in another country. But now this weekend is the West Palm Beach Balloon Festival, and I'm doing media on Valentine's Day for it. So here's the funniest thing. I went to online dating sites. I'm not sure which, because I'm like on all 56 of them. But one of them, it has like my automatic question at the answer. Oh, I know which one it is now. It's like, what would be your most iconic? What would be your most iconic date? And one person answered hot air balloon. Okay. Now, of course, in the 460,
they just changed it. Just saying.
No, of the whole 462 people that I matched with and chatted with, I can't find which one said the hot air balloon. It's the problem.
But she changed it when she heard that.
well, no, she didn't hear it till now, but I've been looking because I have the 462. I'm not sure which one said that. So I have to scroll through all the messages of all 462 people.
So there's no search bar where you can just filter out?
No, you got to just go through all the chats and read them all.
They don't make it easy, do they?
I started doing it yesterday. I did eliminate about 54 of them. Okay. Because
now, let's clarify let's clarify the part where you say eliminate.
Means unmatch. Okay. So I read through their chat and I'm like, oh, what was I thinking? This is a stupid chat. Unmatch. Goodbye. And then, what happens is you unmatch and this box comes up and they want you to give a reason. So I just check off other. She was stupid. And that's my reason. Okay. That's my blanket reason. Why are you unmatching? She was stupid. Okay. And so basically I have 2 media passes for the West Palm Beach Balloon Festival. So if anybody watching or listening has a secret crush on the Pipeman, you could be my media partner. We'll go up in one of the hot air balloons. I'll propose, And if you say yes, great. If not, I throw you out of the balloon. Gotta take no risk, no reward. Gotta take your chances, man. If you want the pipe man, you gotta take the risk.
Bring a parachute.
I think it's just a risk to be with the pipe man personally, just saying. But we have to add that higher risk because women like the bad boy. So you have to add more risk to it. This is what I found out in my life. At least the women I've dated or been with, is that the reason I'm not with any of them anymore because I wasn't enough of a bad boy. Like I didn't unalive anybody. That's been a big downfall of mine. And
potential serial killer.
Am I picking the wrong women?
What?
Am I picking the wrong women? Is that what it is?
Maybe.
Nobody even knows.
Is there such a thing as a right woman?
Well, there's a right woman for me. Of course, I'm not sure that person exists, but with AI, I have much more hope now. Okay. So anyway, yeah, I'll be covering the West Palm Beach Balloon Festival. If you see on the news about a woman falling from one of those balloons, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Chance of raining rejections.
She should have been nicer, is all I'm saying. So
nobody's wrong with you. Just say it.
Okay, so seriously though,
parachute, bungee cord, whatever you'd like.
You could I'll throw out my digits, okay, and you could call me to schedule this. I'm actually going to give you Thing One's phone number. Okay, so also this weekend, I will be doing radio coverage at the Palm Beach Show. You're asking, what's the Palm Beach Show? I want to know. Okay,
Sure.
It's a show in Palm Beach. No, it's
We would have never guessed.
Jewelry, art, antiques, and design show.
Ooh.
So I'm doing my part in the LGBT community.
Oh God, how?
Because I'm covering this show. It's jewelry, art, antiques, design. It isn't that kind of, what you find in Wilton Manors?
Don't know.
I think that's a question for Rebel.
Maybe.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Question for me.
I'm just saying,
no.
if I am a single guy showing up to that show, chances are I might not be on the straight and narrow.
So in this case, third time's a charm
Not.
would be Prince Charming.
Third time's a charm would probably be, I think I'm going to marry, next time I'm going to just marry like a surfboard or something. They're pretty. They don't talk back to you. They provide you fun, excitement.
They just lay there.
Adrenaline.
No movement.
But when you ride it right, it moves with you. And it's amazing. Okay.
I'm sure you can attach some accessories to it, make it better.
Well, yeah. I mean, listen, you do have some accessories in case you fall onto the board. She's muted. If you're going to laugh, don't mute yourself. Okay. Okay. And then the other thing we're doing, this is the biggie. This is the biggie, and this is the one Rebel's going to love. Okay. This is a huge event in South Florida for many, many years. It's right in my backyard, and it's just like what Rebel's used to. We're going to Mardi Gras.
Oh, gosh.
No, not Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras.
What?
Mardi Gras.
I know.
It's a massive art festival here in South Florida, and has nothing to do with witches and, potions and, parades and costumes and evil and beads just aren't.
Those beads will get you a lot. I'm telling you.
They get you a lot at Rocklahoma. Let me tell you. Speaking of traveling, the Pipeman Radio Tour has so many things going on this year. But Rocklahoma, if you want beads, that's the place to go. All you got to do is show your boobs or your butthole. And if you do both, you get 2 beads. That's simple. And you'd be amazed at how many people will show their butthole for a bead necklace. Do they do that in New Orleans for Mardi Gras? Do you show your boobs or butthole to get a necklace?
Me, no, but people do. The first one, not.
Oh, I know what Rebel does.
No.
Rebel uses the beads, you know what she uses them for.
She uses them as toilet paper.
Are they anal beads or vagina beads?
She uses them as toilet paper.
So they're anal beads. Are they anal beads or vagina beads?
I'm sure there are parades that will throw things like that. But
have you ever
neither.
used vagina beads or anal beads before, Rebel? You haven't.
Fuck no. Why would I?
So you would perform fellatio on a white cap KKK person, but you won't do anything with beads. That's pretty racist, if you ask me. Like, why do you hate beads so much?
They don't come in white.
I don't hate beads, but they're not for that purpose.
Well, then why do they sell things that are specifically
They're
named
not-
anal beads if they're not for that purpose?
The
Or
ones
do
you
they
get
not
for
sell that in
purpose.
Louisiana? Do they not sell that in Louisiana?
I'm sure they do. They have sex shops. They have sex shops here.
How many of them have you worked at?
Not worked at any. Thank you.
Do you have a rewards membership with any of
I
them?
don't understand. I can't.
I don't even know. You've
I
become such
don't
a
understand their
prude.
products. Yeah, okay, sure.
Well, listen, all the questions I'm
Just
asking
because-
you, the old Rebel would be like riding right on it, and you're just like, nope. I'm just a boring vanilla bitch.
But no, you're asking something beyond my comprehension. I don't know those things.
Okay, Rebel. If you were in an exotic place that you traveled to, what would be the most risque, kinky thing you would do?
Depends on what's legal.
Oh my God, Rebel.
I mean,
Like, can't you just answer the fucking question? Jesus Christ.
The woman who stood up to a cop.
I have been in a dungeon in Paris, just saying. Can you top that?
depends on what type of dungeon.
It was not a it was
there
not a
are-
good memorable experience, I can tell you that. I would never do anything
Oh,
like
then you did
that
it wrong.
again. No, because okay, so what happened is there was somebody making these god awful sounds that like haunt me in my head for the rest of my life. That's why.
And those sounds were?
Have you paid your taxes? Have you paid your taxes?
They were I love you, pipe man.
Was it a male voice or a female voice?
Well, the love you pipe man female, but no, the voice was a male voice. You know. It was bad. It was disturbing. Like, get me the fuck out of
Sounds
here.
like it.
But here's the funny part. Never mind, I won't tell the funny part. But
Oh, you can't do
so,
that.
so if you're traveling in Paris and you want the address of the dungeon in Paris, I'll send you there. There's also some cool places in the Netherlands too, and you know, in Costa Rica, it's just the bushes. You just find somebody it's the jungle. You just find somebody in the bushes. You can do that here in South Florida too. Do you know that the police raid the state parks here in South Florida all the time because people are in the bushes?
Would you consider that a little more risque than risque, or
Oh, God.
just because of
I
the
don't
risk
know.
factor?
I think what's really risque is if you go to Hullover Beach, which is the nude beach, and you have to walk past all the 80 and 90-year-old naked men. Because that's what anybody that's part of a nudist colony or a nude beach, I mean, like, it's not even a turn on. That's why
I feel like
problems.
Again,
people always talk about like a nude colony or whatever, and it's like, yeah, but if you actually see the people in the colony, it's not people you want to see naked.
Well, so
Y'all
actually,
to the wrong places.
no, this is a known fact. All you have to do is read up on any of this. Okay, it's usually the nudists that have the horrible bodies. No offense, but like, because people with great bodies, they don't need to. They don't need to let it all hang out.
Y'all are
But
going to the wrong places. I'm telling you.
okay, well, Juan, I want you to go do some field research. There's a place
you
right
said
down the street
field?
from the studio.
Field research or
Yes.
field research?
Feel.
Feel like feel. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. There is a colony right down the street from the studio. Are you willing to go there and on tomorrow's show and broadcast live from there?
I will go undercover and do it for you. I'll do, just for the show. I'm
Good.
willing to sacrifice myself for that.
That's what we're doing tomorrow. Okay. I'll text you the address when we get off the air. But speaking of getting off the air, I think it's time to get off the air. But before we get off the air, Juan, we need to play something real quick.
Okay.
So there's a thing there for Shiprock 2026. I want you to play it because we're talking about travel. And in 2025, we had a badass time traveling to Half Moon Cay and to St. Thomas on Shiprock. Shiprock 2026 is going to be even more badass. They're going to have a bigger ship, a brand new ship, a new place to go. It's badass. So roll it, Juan. Do you have it there? It's there.
Which
It's
one?
in the assets. It's the one that says Shiprock 2025. I mean 26.
I don't see 26.
Go down to the videos. Okay, I'm going there right now. Let's see where is it? Shiprocked. Where'd it go? Up here, probably. Da-da-da. There. Yeah, I guess it's wrong. Let's see if this is it.
Sonic Temple Arden.
That's not it. But we want to play that one too at some point. Where'd it go? Okay, here.
Not today, Junior. Not today.
Where'd it go? I did upload it. Damn it. It's not here. I did upload it. Where is it? Do. I don't see any of the ship. No. This one is an old one. Okay. You guys are going to have to tune in tomorrow then. Okay. To the Adventures of Pipeman here on W4CY Radio, W4CY.com, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Going to play more Shiprock stuff because, I don't know, the Pipeman from this procedure fucked up or something. So in the meantime, what we do want to talk about is we are doing ticket giveaways for Louder Than Life. Not yet, but we will be. Bourbon and Beyond now, and Rockville, and Rock the South, and Rock the Country, and Incarceration. Oh, wait, Incarceration.
Incarceration, America's rock, metal, and tattoo festival with Slipknot. Falling in Reverse. Five Finger Death Punch. Plus Marilyn Manson, 3 Days Grace, Beartooth, Knocked Loose, Lamb of God, Parkway Drive, I Prevail, In This Moment, and so many more. Report to the Ohio State Reformatory on July 18th through 20th, 2025 to face your sentencing. 3 days of rock, tattoos, and the return of the Haunted Blood Prison. Passes for Incarceration are on sale now at incarceration.com. Goodbye.
There it is. I have one more commercial play. Listen, do you have a live show on?
No.
How about you? You got to go, right? Rebel? Why don't you go? Because I'm going to play a couple more things about the upcoming Pipeman Radio Tour, and I don't want you to be late. Juan doesn't need to be late, and we'll be. Oh, here it is. Okay, this one just came out. Very excited. Okay, this is another one. We're giving tickets. So direct DM me at Pipeman Radio on any socials, and you can win tickets, either Bourbon and Beyond or Incarceration. Your pick. Watch this.
Bourbon and Beyond, the world's largest bourbon, food, and music festival returns with Fish, Noah Khan, Sturgill Simpson, the Lumineers, plus Jack White, Vincent Boone, Krungben, Alabama Shakes, Cage the Elephant, Ringo Starr, Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats, Voodoo Dolls, and many more. Bourbon and Beyond returns to Louisville September 11th to 14th. Passes are on sale now at bourbonandbeyond.com.
Okay, we'll talk more about Bourbon and Beyond tomorrow, because I got into a conflict with people on reels that I did, comments about what we said last time about Fish and the Grateful Dead. A lot of people got offended that I said Fish and the Grateful Dead were similar, okay? But most of them didn't know what I was talking about. I was talking about the cult thing. I was talking about all the Dead followers that follow Fish, okay? And so we're going to talk about that more tomorrow. Studio Nut, thanks for putting up with me for being over 6 minutes again, okay? But we had to get that out. And I just want to say that I love all you people. So you need to tune in tomorrow where I abuse you tomorrow, because today was the nice day. Tomorrow I'm not so nice. Tomorrow we will abuse you, okay? And we'll have fun doing it right here on the Adventures of Pipeman, W4CY Radio, W4CY.com. Roll it, Juan.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.